Welcome to the Social Podcast, where no discussion or debate is off limits.
Thank you so much. Wow, have a seat, everybody. Hey, that is some good Friday Caribbean Carnival energy in this house. Again, welcome to everybody who's here in the audience. If you're visiting our beautiful city for the Carnival, welcome to Toronto, welcome to Canada. We'd also like to welcome back to the panel TV host and writer, Teddy Wilson.
Hello! Hey, Canada.
Hey!
You look great.
Teddy, I heard through the grapevine you're going to be maybe playing mass at the Caribbean Carnival this weekend?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
no?
Come on out. It'll be my first time. No, I'm not.
No.
Yeah. But I love the carnival.
Yes, as we do. Well, listen, it is, boy, oh boy, an interesting story, and we'll see what your take is on it. Drake, he's got a lot of love for the city of Amsterdam, and why? He said he wasn't shy about telling fans exactly why this city is very dear to his heart. Listen.
Because this is where my son was conceived, so this is a big show for me, you know? I hold Amsterdam very dear to my heart. There would be no Adonis if there wasn't an Amsterdam, so shout out to y'all.
Yeah, did you catch that? So Amsterdam was the city where his son Adonis was conceived, so literally the city put his kid on the map. So, is this TMI? Too much information? Is this too much? Too much?
I think it's 100% TMI. Nobody cares, Drake. And I mean... And by the way, let me just say, I love Drake. He's done more for the city of Toronto's profile than almost anybody. If he wants to run for mayor one day, I'd support him. But listen, Drake, you're almost 40. This is really attention thirsty. Just because you had some dumb perignon, got horizontal, and created a zygote, doesn't mean you got to tell an arena full of people about it. It doesn't matter. It's embarrassing. However, I will say this. I do kind of like it because it reminds me of like the original Drake we all fell in love with. Like he's sentimental. He's a little bit cheesy, and I kind of like it in a way. The other thing that I like about it, so maybe I do like this actually. I've changed.
Wait a minute, before you keep going.
I've changed my mind.
Okay.
I love it. It's not TMI. I'm in.
I actually think, yeah, it's not TMI. It is NEI.
What?
Which is, it's TMI, too much information.
Yes.
NEI, not enough information.
What? What do you want?
If you're gonna tease it out, you might as well give more details. You might as well say how you met. You might as well say, like, did she slip into your DMs? Did he slip into her DM? Was it at a hotel?
You want the whole story.
I want the whole story. Don't just tease it out. Just give me it all.
While he's on stage?
Yeah, sure. Why not? He could make it into a rap.
Oh.
He could start making it.
You sound so middle-aged, which we are.
Yeah.
He could make it into a rap. He could make it into a rap music
That
song.
was the oldest thing you've ever said on this
That's
show.
amazing. I would say the same. I love it.
Do you remember, Melissa, where you conceived your daughter, or is that TMI?
No, it's not TMI.
Oh, do tell.
Open book here. It's just among friends.
Yeah.
I love that he did this because for anybody, at least for me, we had a fertility journey to try to get Marquesa. We were in fertility for 3 years, and we weren't getting anywhere. And we finally said, you know what, let's just take a break. And so it was really, really tough. And at the time we had bought a house, we said, you know what, let's put our energy elsewhere. And where do you put the energy into a house renovation, right? So we were doing a reno, we were renting. We were renting this amazing little condo above the McDonald's, the famous McDonald's above King and Bathurst in downtown Toronto.
Oh, the smells turned you
Yes,
on.
so.
The smells.
The smell of those French
So
fries.
back then, we were just living large. The social, before we aired, we had just gotten greenlit that we were going to be doing the show.
Cool.
So we were in a really celebratory mood. Yeah. And every time I drive by that McDonald's at King and Bathurst, I look over and my heart thumps a little bit, and I'm like, McNuggets, thank you for fueling me.
This is the story.
I love that.
Listen.
I love that.
So yes,
Yeah.
so is this TMI though?
No, it's not TMI, and I actually have the same feeling. I do have the same feeling, even though I don't have children. I think about this one place that I drive by. It's actually on my way home, and every time I drive past it, I just think about all the contraceptives I bought in that Plan B, and I go, boy, we dodged that bullet, girl.
Yeah.
We dodged that bullet.
You get a little nostalgia.
A little, like, warm feeling just
Wispy.
washes over me.
Wispy.
It's lovely. I love that for me.
You know one thing I do like about it, though? I like how everybody, like musical artists, always try to relate to a city. Like Sandusky, Ohio. I drove through here once,
Yeah.
you know? It's Drake trying to relate to the city, which is kind of charming, too.
Which he
Yeah, yeah.
kind
Okay,
of
well,
drove through it in a different way.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Hello. Sorry.
I'm gonna move on to this. It looks like we're living through the summer of love because sparks are flying in Hollywood. We have Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson, who people are saying, I know. They looked quite taken with each other at the New York premiere of The Naked Gun. And I don't know if you've heard about this, but Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas, they have been spotted on a mission to find romance walking hand in hand in Vermont, okay? And of course, we all know about the fireworks scene around the world between Canada's most eligible ex-prime minister, Jess Allen, and pop icon Katy Perry. So this is like summer romance themed. Which couple do you think is gonna go the distance?
Ooh, the distance. That's a big one. Liam. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm with you. If you said Liam and Pamela, I'm with you. You know, I love them. Listen, they're both single. They're both serial monogamous. We know Liam very sadly lost his wife, Natasha Richardson, in a skiing accident. I don't think he's been linked with anybody since her passing, and that was a long time ago. And Pamela has been through it. It is the Pamela Anderson renaissance, and she is just really into herself. She is just doing the biggest things. He's 73, she's 58. He's got 2 sons. She's got 2 sons. He met his first wife on set when actually they were doing a Broadway play together. So love on set is it's not uncommon for each of them. And you know what? I just love love. And I just love that if this is going to be a thing, I believe they can go the distance because they're at a different era in their lives. And I just love when people find love. So I think they're What do you think?
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're not going to make it.
No, I don't know.
Why are you being a Debbie Downer?
I really want them to. I think Pam's had a raw deal. We all know her story at this point. So and seeing the footage, they look very happy. But they're in the smitten phase. But I don't know. If I was a betting person, I'd say I don't even know if they're gonna like get to the point where they announce themselves as a couple. And if they do, I don't know if I see them going the distance. Because here's the thing. I think they truly care about each other. I want them both to find happiness. But they both have a very different relationship with celebrity, right? Liam Neeson has always been a very private person. Pamela was caught up in the maelstrom of celebrity, often not because of her own fault. But they just have such a different experience with the notion of celebrity that I think that is going to be a bit of a chasm that I don't know if they can traverse together. I think they have different frames of reference. She's been married, and I'm not saying this is a terrible thing, but she's been married 5 times. He was married once to the love of his life. So they also have a different relationship with marriage as well. So I want it to work, but I don't know if it will. But I want it to, but I don't think it will.
Listen, I agree with you. I think a lot of us, when we hear about these couples, they were not on our bingo card for 2025. But I think we also have to remember, our perception about these people is very different from the reality of who they actually are. We don't really know Liam Neeson. He lives a very private life. We don't know if he's always wanted Pamela Anderson, and that's his type. His wife was blonde and gorgeous. Pam, blonde and gorgeous. Why don't you think this is gonna work? I just think that we have to remember that these are real people and we don't really know them. I'm hoping that everything works out because I feel like as you get older, you make different choices when you're dating. When you're in your 20s, you make stupid choices. After you've been through some real stuff, and both of these people have been through some real stuff. I like that you're making better choices. Or there's also the part where, let's not forget, these are professional actors and they have a project to sell and we could just be talking about nothing.
It's possible.
It's working.
We don't know. I think we all agree, though, that of the 3 couples, we are the most hopeful. But what do we think of the other 2 that are left over, Tom Cruise and Anna, or JT and KP? Do we think, what do you think about JT and KP? Is this lasting? Is it lasting?
No.
I don't care. I just want the fireworks. I just want the fireworks. I don't care how long it lasts.
You want them to make out in public?
I want them to show up everywhere. I need these 2 to show up everywhere. Cute outfits, great hair. I don't care if it's a good time or a long time. I'm just shipping these 2 for as long as possible.
Yeah, it feels a little reboundish to me.
But it's okay.
This feels a little reboundish. This feels like they're both trying to be petty to their exes. I talked about this yesterday where it's like, listen, you gotta make your ex a little jealous, and there's no better way to do that than with a gorgeous ex-prime minister and a global superstar. So I feel like this relationship is for Orlando and for Sophie to be looking going, what is going on? How did they meet?
Who's going you're the relationship
what do you think?
expert.
Well, listen, I think none of them are gonna last.
Bless your heart.
But I'm most hopeful for Pamela and Liam if that is something
Yeah.
for all the reasons that you guys have said. I will admit, and this is probably a bit controversial, but lately I've been watching a lot of Tom Cruise movies, and like love him or hate him in his personal life, he's a really good actor. And I'm hopeful also that
He's
maybe
amazing.
he's learned some lessons. He did take a kind of public image beating when a lot of his information came out about Scientology and his past relationships. I wonder if he's reaching an age and an era and a stage where maybe he's making better choices and he's growing up. Maybe? Could we hope
You
for
are giving him a very big benefit of the doubt.
We all know it's
be
hot, like, and none of them are gonna last.
Yeah.
Teddy's the one who's
You know
right.
what? We're going to keep things positive.
Yes.
As we end this segment. Okay, let's keep it positive. But I hear you. I hear you.
But all right, so have our streets become meaner or have we just stopped talking to each other? A writer for the Globe and Mail experimented by saying hello to any stranger who looked remotely friendly. And despite the odd rejection, he found most people respond positively when engaged. So do you make an effort to talk to strangers? Okay,
Oh, you guys you're a better person than I am. I do not, I'll admit it, I do not make an effort to talk to strangers. And I think part of it is what we do for a living. We talk all day. And so if I'm out and about in the world, I mean, chances are I'm multitasking. Chances are I'm listening, my earpods are in, I'm listening to a podcast or a meditation, I might be trying to get some work done or on a phone call. So I don't go out of my way to engage. I remember though, recently I was on a plane.
What did you do?
I know.
What did you do?
It still kind of haunts me because I sat down. I was so looking forward to a kid-free flight. Like I was like, what movies am I gonna watch?
Fair
Like
enough.
nobody to bother me, no one to pay attention to. So I sat down and there was a 90-year-old man beside me. And I know this because he told me. He was 90 years old. And he wanted to engage. And I did a little bit, but then I just was like, bloop. And then I started watching my thing. Am I a monster?
No.
For just being like, I just couldn't do
I
it.
get
Just a little bit.
Terrible.
Just a little
No,
bit.
you're not.
Just
Do you,
a little
okay, so what?
You're a
Well, you
human
guys
being.
are better than I am. What do you do?
Well, Teddy and I think we're on the same page. I'm a chatterbox. I'm not at this job by accident. I like to talk to people whether I'm at work or not at work. And I feel like people who, big cities get a bad rap. I was born and raised in Toronto. And I'd say that every major city I've gone to, New York, Chicago, LA, I find people to be really, really friendly and it's easy to get into a conversation with people.
I agree.
Whether you're in an airport, an elevator. But I also realized something. I have an open face and I'm a chatty Cathy. And that is why that happened. And I have to thank my parents for that because I think it's interesting that it's Carnival weekend. The Caribbean culture is that we are always saying good afternoon, good morning. You always nod at someone.
Oh,
and when I was a kid, I used to hang out with my dad and go everywhere. And he would always be saying hi and like making conversation. And afterwards I go, do you know him? And he's like, nope. And I'm like,
I love that.
Oh. So I kind of learned through osmosis that, you know what? Just say hi to people. It makes everybody's day a little bit easier. Make that little small talk.
do
It will
like it.
not kill you. The 90-year-old man will not kill you for the little conversation.
And it'll make you feel better.
I know,
It
but
does
it's
make you
it's
feel better.
selfish, too.
You
It
just
makes
nailed it
feel
though.
better,
It's the
you know?
small talk. If someone wants to, I am curious about people and I love, if I have the bandwidth for it, I love to get, but I don't want to talk about the weather or the sports or the whatever. I want, dive in, like, tell
We're
me.
friends outside of work, and
dive
you are a
in.
deep conversationalist.
I do. Tell me where you conceived your child. I'm in.
That conversation I want to skip.
Cynthia, McDonald's.
Yeah. That conversation I don't
Right
want.
above.
You know, I love what you said, though, the cultural part of it, because that is what I think has been lost in the work hustle culture. And especially we find that in big cities, right? And so for me, the reason why I don't engage, even though I have been, you know, Lainey always says to me, you have an open face. Close your face, Melissa. And I'm like, what does that mean? It's because I probably do. I smile and she's like, you know, if you don't want to talk to somebody, close your face. Okay. In the commuting culture for us, I'm always on a deadline. I'm trying to catch the train. I got to get to daycare on time. I wish I could talk to people, but I think work culture has changed if you're always rushing, the idea of that. But we also build community with little moments of small talk.
Yeah.
And so my dad knows everyone since the history of our whole town. And why? It's just the small talk.
Yep.
You just share a few things, that tidbit. Oh, you're so-and-so's dad? Oh, yeah, do you still live there?
The tomatoes
oh,
are
that's
cheaper at the
wonderful.
other store. Go to the
Sure,
other
you know,
store. Like that
and it
kind of
is
stuff.
a way to keep a social threat. So I'm sad that we've lost that.
But we don't have to
You know?
lose it. You can control that. You can turn around and be like, you know what, tomorrow I'm saying you make eye contact with me more than 2 seconds, you're getting a hello. I'm asking you about the Bougiest dates. I'm telling you that I like your top, and
I guess you
can
have to be
change it.
willing to be rejected
I have
too.
to
It's up to
Yeah.
you.
I know you're not single right now, but you have been single. Do you find it's harder now as a guy out there in the world to start small talk?
No, it's so easy being male. I'm like you. I'm open to the world, and I also think it's interesting though being male, like because my partner always teases me that I'm like too open to the world, always talking to people and starting conversations. But I've also never been the subject of any unwanted advances or like faux friendliness, masquerading as friendliness when people want something else. So I think it's easier to be male in that sense, like always smiling at people and everything. And I really like it. I think it makes you feel better inside too. I'll tell a quick story. I often guest co-host on Your Morning here on CTV, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on weekdays. And just earlier today, we were in a commercial break, and the window outside this area, sometimes you can get some interesting folks doing interesting things at the window, right? It's an interesting neighborhood at times. And there were these, separately, there was a guy standing at the window, and then later on, there was a guy standing at the window, and I'm like, oh, is this gonna get interesting? But they just kind of were hanging out there, and I waved and smiled, and their faces lit up, and they were so happy, and then they left, and they just wanted to be engaged with it. I feel like we all, on some level, want that.
Just want to be seen.
Yeah.
Just want to be seen. It'll make you feel better.
Fact.
I think we can all be kind, but I've been there too, where making small talk can be tough.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay, well, we're moving on to this. Beanbag chairs. They seem to be making a comeback. Wirecutter has a roundup of the best squishy seats for adults that are currently on the market, and they range in price, let me tell you. But are you a fan of beanbag chairs?
Absolutely not. You guys are saying, yeah?
You don't like beanbag chairs?
First of all, the words luxury and beanbag should never be in the same sentence. Beanbags are for dorm rooms. It's not real furniture. And if you like them, tell me you're under 30 without telling me you're under 30. Because no one 40 and above wants to crawl in or out of that. If you're wearing a skirt, a dress, how are you supposed to give your guests a drink or some food if they're sitting in this bag full of beans? This is nonsense. I'm sorry, you're not thinking about your guests. You're not thinking about the elderly people who are gonna come to your house with their walker and go, how am I gonna get in? And how am I gonna get out?
Yeah.
It's not, it's for dorm.
Well, you also have chairs. It's not exclusively beanbags.
You know how big those things are? They're like 6 feet wide.
Not all beanbags are big.
You know what? Here's the thing. I want to, when I open up my home, I want people to feel immediately relaxed. I do have a couch that has it's very, very deep. For that very reason, I want people to cozy up. So the beanbag chair says, like, come, relax.
Yeah.
There are like really wide ones. You get to go, you lounge out, you're cozy. You can cuddle with like creatures that come your way. Like that's the idea. Why are we so stiff? I'd prefer a beanbag chair over some kind of stodgy. Have you ever sat on a couch where it like basically rejects you as soon as you sit on it? Like,
No. I'm
on?
sorry. A beanbag, if I sat down in these little hot shorts I'm wearing, the beanbag says everybody's gonna see your underwear. Everybody.
Yeah. You know what?
Because you're gonna have yourself up like this. It's not a comfortable place.
Beanbag chairs are comfortable, and I know this because I brought my beanbag chair
No,
from
you did
home.
not.
Yes, I did. And I'm gonna show you just how comfortable. Thank you, Bobby,
show
for
us.
conspiring with me.
I'm dying to
Check
see
this. Look at this.
all right,
Just
okay.
so comfy. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'll be here the rest of
Now
the show.
let's see you get up.
Yeah, no problem. I can't. I could use this help. Oh dear.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Now, you know what? You fall off, you're like a turtle on its back for the rest of the day. That's the problem with those.
Yeah. Not
Well,
doing
Teddy,
it.
why don't you just relax in your comfy beanbag chair while we go to break, okay? I think he's loving it. I think he's loving it. Picture this. You're in your white wedding dress, walking past the tilt-a-whirl toward your beloved. People are screaming in the background. The smell of corn dogs is in the air. You are getting married at the CNE. Well, this could be you. Maybe not you, but it could be you. Canada's largest summer fair is running a contest giving one lucky couple a chance to exchange their vows under the backdrop of the giant Ferris wheel. Who's in? Who's out?
All right. Okay. All right. I see a lot of heads going no. You know what? I'm in. Because,
in?
first of all, don't sound so surprised. Weddings are first of all, very expensive. And if somebody else wants to pay for it, I'm in. Secondly, and you guys are gonna get upset again, weddings are a tad boring. I know for the couple, it's wonderful that you guys are gonna stare longingly into each other's eyes and say your special words, but for the rest of us, it's a little boring. And then that dry chicken you guys are always making us eat at that banquet. So I love the idea of being at a place that's already fun, There are rides. The food is great. You're gonna choose whatever you want.
The food is great. Can we just pump the brakes on that for a
Food
second?
is good. A corn dog is good.
No, but how many people have gone to a fair and then like had the cotton candy and the pogo stick with the pickle shoved inside and the cronut and whatever and felt a little like...
Oh, for a week after.
Your
For a whole week
digestive
after.
system, that's your problem. What I'm saying is there's options for everybody.
It's my
And
wedding night. I want to make sure my digestive system is
then
like...
don't have the pickles and don't have the fried butter. I'm just saying it's a fun, especially if it suits the couple's style. I think it could be a really fun evening,
But for, like,
especially
the first
people who have
wedding?
children. It's like if the parents who have kids, you would love it if you could go to a wedding and it's like, oh, good, we could give the kids some tickets and they can run wild.
Oh,
yeah.
It would be fun. It would be a fun time.
Okay, I think maybe for a second wedding, like your first wedding. Because I agree. Like, listen, I had the very traditional wedding, and I wish that people would sort of shake up the tradition. But I also get why people follow tradition, right? And it's for them, it's for their families, etc. But I think when I'm already looking ahead to when Ryan and I renew our vows for our 20th anniversary, and I'm like, I would not do it the way I did it before. That was boring, and I did that. It's done.
So we're going to the carnival?
So we're going to the carnival.
I thought you were going to say you're looking ahead to your second marriage. So I'm
Definitely not looking ahead to my second.
Okay, good.
So shake it up for your second.
Yeah.
But for your first, imagine those wedding photos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, please, after you. I just got out of the beanbag chair. So took me the whole commercial break.
I mean, does this matter? Like, you don't get the park to yourself, right? You're
Correct.
sharing your wedding with like hundreds of sweaty,
Oh, yeah.
drunken, loud
yeah.
people.
Strangers.
But we already know
Strangers.
that you're not very friendly. You don't like to talk to people.
Shots fired.
So maybe that's...
I just feel like this is not the thing that you are not even. This is not on your radar.
No, not at all. And here's the thing. Have you ever been to the CNE? There's, like, if you're planning a wedding at the CNE, you know nothing about Toronto traffic right now because none of your guests are going to arrive in time. I love fairs and carnivals, though. I absolutely love them, but I've never been to a fair and carnival and thought, you know what this needs? A bunch of obnoxious wedding guests and party planning people. I think we should absolutely ban weddings from fairs and carnivals. What? Because you're getting in my way as I'm trying to get to a game where I throw a dart at a balloon and win a stuffed animal the size of my head. Or get on the tilt-a-whirl and then spend the day throwing up. These are things I want to do at a fair. I don't want your party guests in my way, so we should ban weddings. At fairs and carnivals. Who's with me?
There is a position.
Okay, so we got.
No one's with me.
We're gonna move on. We want to try to get this in because we're still on the theme of like sunshine, summer. Do you ever worry about wasting sunny days during the summer? Yeah. There's a term for this, it turns out. It's called sunshine guilt. But what happens when one person in a relationship has sunshine guilt and the other does not? So has your relationship suffered from a sort of like inequity in sunshine guilt?
Okay, listen, I hope I get to my 20th wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Because my husband is a vampire, and I am solar powered, and I need to be outside all the time or else I stop functioning. So Ryan and Marqueza, my daughter, they come in, they're the ones who shut blinds, and then they just rot on the couch. And I'm like, it's 30 degrees, I got brand new bicycles for us, and I'm so excited to go outside. We got this much summer in Canada, let's go outside. And they look at me like I have 6 heads. And they're like, we're not coming outside with you. So I would say that this is a very rare friction point in my relationship. So guess what Mom ends up doing? Activities all by herself. Aww. There's me bring on my bicycle all by myself. So there it is.
What about you?
I mean, Jason and I, we both like to be outdoors. The problem is we don't like to do the same things outdoors. Does anyone have this?
Yeah.
Like he hates swimming. I love swimming.
Yes.
He wants to be on a sailboat. I'd rather be like, I don't see the purpose. There's too much work involved.
yeah.
Can I borrow your husband?
Yes.
Well, maybe you guys need to do a partner swap. Maybe that's what that is.
I've heard of those.
Listen, I think it would be a deal breaker for me if I was dating someone who never wanted to go outside when it's sunny outside. I'm like, you just want to sit inside? It's beautiful outside. But I also realize where that feeling comes from. Some of you may know, there was a time, kids, when our parents would shove us outside and force us to be outside all day.
Oh, yeah.
And if they saw you in the middle of the afternoon on a sunny day watching television, they'd be like, what are you doing? Turn the TV off and get outside and do not come back in here until the lights come on. So that's always in the back of my mind. And so I don't waste these days. Plus, we only get 4 months of this good weather, so I'm not wasting a single day. But I think it'd be a deal breaker for me.
Get out there. Yeah.
I'm outside. Not
you
in the
outside?
beanbag, but I'm outside.
Yeah, my partner and I both love being outside, but I, on a bright sunny day, like to spend it in a dark movie theater. She likes to be outside, so I prefer a cloudy day, soft lighting, but we do both like the outdoors. So it's complicated.
lighting.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Like a beanbag chair.
Yeah.
Complicated like a beanbag chair. Teddy, well, whatever you're doing this summer, thanks for swinging by.
Oh,
Thank
it's a
you.
good time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Subscribe to the Social Podcast so you don't miss a fiery debate. Until next time, socialites.